Hello, boys, girls, and MBs. How's everyone doing this evening, afternoon, morning, no matter where you are? As you may be able to tell by the title, yes, our good old boy, Ethan Klien has crashed out. Again! Surprise! Yes, it's a surprise. He put up this video that he I think called it his reaction to iDubbbz. Now he's calling it I'm sorry. It's like a weird title change. But we're gonna watch this. We're gonna talk about it. There's also been this clip that's been cycling around that I want to talk about that I feel like just like encapsulates everything I've been thinking about with this whole process. Also, I think H3 came back to Twitter? Question mark? Weird move, but okay. Also, I might go into this live stream a little bit. Not gonna watch through the whole thing and be boring, bore your ass off, but there's like parts of it, like I marked a part of it earlier because I was watching it to see what he said, but our boy Poopy Ethan Klien, if you're not up to speed on that, I'm referring to the Giardia situation he talked about, had two human skulls sent to his house that he's blaming bad empanada for. And simultaneously, he's also really mad that he can't, like, do anything about bad empanada because he's in Argentina. So he's, like, really mad about that. I think this crash out is just bizarre. I've never in my time online seen a creator crash out this heavy. This is, like, a crash out that's extended. It's so bad. I think I mentioned this in the last stream, but, like, even a lot of my, like, normie friends are, like, starting to ask me about it. It's getting bad. Like, these are people that are not online. People that are just, like, going about their life that just, like, read books and shit. They don't go online and they know about Ethan. It's that bad. Also, my chat is not showing up tonight. So if people are in chat, I cannot see who's in chat. And I'm going to get that handled real quickly. I might open up my own stream right here so I can see my chat. Maybe this will help me. Okay, it's really weird seeing myself on my own screen. But I cannot see my chat. I don't know how to, like, maybe I could pop out chat. Oh. There we go. I got chat. Live chat. Aha! I snuck my way into chat tonight. YouTube was not letting me have chat earlier. But I snuck my way in. Maybe YouTube is pro Ethan Klien. And they said, you know what? You were talking too much shit, buddy. So, no more chat for you. That's your penalty for talking about our boy. Before we start it, do we need to start off with? I think we got something we should start off with. I think we got something here. Shall we do it? Let's kill this and
thank you, Ethan Klien. You are my best friend. You are the rent payer. You are the legend. Thank you, Ethan Klien. You are my best friend. You are the rent payer. You are the legend. Thank you, Ethan Klien, defender of genocide, helping small creators grow a larger size. In 2025, promoting the left side, Denim's being Frogan, Hasanabi and Mike. Thank you, Ethan Klien. You are my best friend. You're the rent payer,
the legendary rent maker.
Thank you, Ethan Klien. are
my best friend.
You are
The rent payer.
You are
The legend. All right, we had to start it out with that. What is a Ethan Klein stream without starting it off with that? Great way to start. I think I should show this clip actually before I get into the crash out. This is his crash out channel now. He did the context puke. I can't believe this happened, and then the I'm sorry video. Maybe he's like, I'm sorry, Ian. I want to be your friend. No. Okay, let's do this. Ela Klein said something very disgusting, and it needs to be addressed. It's been addressed a few times now, but she was like, fuck it. I think I'm going to pull the racism card. So let's see what she had to say.
Every shot. He's only there briefly.
He's not dancing, only letting the monkeys dance for him.
Yeah.
Wait, listen.
He's only there briefly.
He's not dancing, only letting the monkeys dance for him.
Yeah.
The monkeys.
Okay. Can we look at who's back here dancing in this as Ela Klein says, letting the monkeys dance for him? Okay. Do we see this? This is who Ela Klein is calling, quote unquote, the monkeys. We've got Frogan. We've got Sean DeBlack. And we've got Denims back here. So any brown person to Ela Klein is a monkey. And that is really fucked up. It's really fucked up. But someone made this incredible edit.
Dance for him.
Yeah.
Monkeys, 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 monkeys. I just love that this is a guy that grew up in LA. Telling me about
I mean, your family
Israel.
fled from fucking persecution in Arab countries.
Israel is more diverse than everything you've probably ever seen.
Israel.
But monkeys, 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 monkeys. Microaggressions. Monkeys, 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 monkeys.
There are people working overtime to make these edits.
Yeah.
Do we have that one?
Man,
Like Kamala?
a really good guy. The monkeys dance for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ela Klein, ladies, gentlemen, boys, girls, and MBs. Oh my god. Dude. This whole thing. Oh my god. Love whoever does these podcasts. Has all their whiny takes. Incredible edit. Top tier, absolutely goated edit. You get the feeling that she's got Ethan hooked straight to the tap. 1,000,000 milligrams of Zionist feel straight to the dome. That is because Ethan's plethora of violent characteristics as he little monkey's mask off is crazy. Meredith, what is up? We got a couple people in chat tonight. We got Julia in chat. We got Chris in chat. We got Meredith in chat. We got the whole freaking gangs in here tonight. Let's go. Let's freaking go. Yeah, so that rough way to start things off. Let's just get right into this. This may or may not be a shorter stream, but I definitely wanted to talk about this.
A few days
Right off cuff before I start, I did pre-watch probably a minute and a half of this, I should say, maybe 2 minutes at most. I wasn't looking at the time, but I didn't get far. Now he changed the title again. He literally just now changed it. Responding to my biggest haters. I just saw that switch. Look. Wait a minute. Responding to my biggest haters. Guys, we just said it was called I'm Sorry. Now he's changing it a third time. Responding to my biggest haters. Ethan, can I say something? I need to remind everybody. I know everyone knows this, but this is a grown man with kids. Like, I could not imagine being a kid of his and seeing your dad crash out, putting an awesome photo on his computer screen back here. Also, another thing I have to say before I get going, in the first few seconds, I find this really funny that this is not on a tripod. Ethan cannot film himself. I think Hila is filming him. I don't know who else would be filming him. Someone is handheld filming him, which makes this doubly funny because I don't know why he can't just set his camera on a tripod. There's something that's just so funny about it. Like, it makes me think that, like, there's someone behind the camera, like, holding up, like a script or, like, something that's, like, I don't know. It feels not like Ethan in a camera is what I'm trying to say. There's more to it than that. It makes it funny, but let's dive
Years
in.
ago, my good friend Ian, also known as iDubbbz,
So you can see the
released
shaky
a
camera.
content cop about me. His video's over an hour long, and it's full of
Oh
a lot of
no,
accusations.
not a
We
content
watched
cop
the entire
about
video, every frame of it, responded to every accusation on the podcast, and a really long episode. We watched the whole thing, so if you're interested in a more thorough response to everything, I would recommend.
Can I say something too? I'm a little alarmed at like the amount of upvotes this is getting. Like, is this the channel for all his psychopaths? Someone said iDubbbz learned empathy. Imagine and being told you're crashing out. What is this comment? Yeah, he is crashing out. The skulls are funny. That shit's hilarious.
Watching this episode. The video that I'm making today, however, I don't need an hour for because there's really just one central point that I want to make.
Ethan
here.
looks so
My
disheveled.
good friend Ian, in his hour-long takedown, did not mention one time Child Protective Services.
Dude. The way that he keeps being like, my good friend, or like, he said this like time and time again where he's like, Ian, my good buddy. And there's like so many iDubbbz videos that are like resurfacing. Ironically, compared to Hassan, the first time I heard of Ethan was him crying on Leftovers. And he was like, "Daw, he has a good heart." Then I watched his content, and I was like, he is a self-centered troll. Yeah, and what's funny about that, too, is, like, I would tell people that I was watching Ethan Klien, like, I don't know, they'd be like, they'd be talking about content or something, and I'd be like, oh, I watch Ethan Klien. This was, like, pre-Crash Out era. And, like, a couple of my friends would, like, look at me funny. They'd be like, you sure you want to watch him? I was like, yeah, like, what's wrong? They're like, okay, you do you. And I didn't think anything of it at the time. I just thought he was like, this is a goofy guy doing goofy content. And I'm now late to seeing what they're saying. But the extended crash out is really everything that I need to hear. I mean, I like how is he unironically wearing a shirt with a skull on it right here after he's like, no, guys, they sent 2 skulls to my house, but I'll wear skull shirts. Is this meant to be a joke, or is he, like, unironically wearing this? Because if he's unironically wearing this, it makes him complaining about skulls that much more funny.
Not one time in the entire video, he never says CPS. No mention, no explanation, no overview, nothing. 0 mentions of CPS.
Oh, so that was my original point, what I was going to say. I don't mean to Ethan Klien pause this one. But, okay, if you're in a real-life scenario and your quote-unquote good friend says all these things about you, makes a video about you, don't, like, in my mind, like, if I saw one of my very close friends make a whole video about me, my first reaction would not be like, oh, that friend's fucked up, they're wrong. I would, like, take a moment to be like, wait, okay, like, I had to have done something wrong. That would be my first off-rip reaction. I'd be like, something I did's wrong, and I would start, like, I would take a moment to myself, and I'd be like, okay, I did something wrong. Like, let me look up other texts I've sent. Let me think about conversations we've had. Like, what did I say? And then I would, like, go to that thing that I said and be like, okay, yeah, I did say that. Like, let me just, tell you I'm sorry. Let me, make it up to you. Whatever I can do to, like, fix that thing between you and I, right? Like, I would go out of my way for this kind of thing. But no, Ethan just straight up gets on camera and is like, nope, this person's wrong. Let me tell you why they're wrong. Like he's doing right here. Yeah, he just tells absurd lies on the spot. The skull hoax as well is not that guy. He's drowning in main. Yeah, exactly. He's main character syndrome.
Yes. A few weeks ago.
If I actually did something wrong. Oh, what's up, hey, Bullfrog? Good to see you again. I would go over to that instead of trying to argue out of it. Yeah. But it's like, this is just such, like, there's a part of me that almost thinks he's, like, playing a bit. Like, it's so bizarre to me that there's no acknowledgement of any wrongdoing. And again, this might just be exactly what he said has happened to him before. Remember at the end of iDubbbz video where he was like, oh yeah, when I, was going through this thing and I would just blame everyone else and blah, blah, blah. Remember that whole clip? It feels like that all over again. You can admit you're wrong at certain points, but you can also prove yourself right in the same video. Yeah, exactly. And it's so bizarre to me. Like, you can see it in his face when he talks. You can hear it in the tone of his voice. And another element of this is, like, how quickly he cranked out this video. Like, when he made the context puke about Hassan, he had to make this whole thing of, like, oh, the video's coming out next week. Video might be coming out soon. You guys aren't going to be ready for this context puke. But for some reason, when it comes to this iDubbbz response, he has to crank this out, like, real fast, real quick. And he didn't have to say anything, didn't have to chirp about it. Like, what? Huh?
Child Protective Services showed up to our house.
The shaky camera is so funny. I cannot get over it.
An anonymous tip they got that our kids were crawling around and eating dog shit at catching diseases.
Ethan, this is something that you said on your own platform. You literally said that you got sick of this. You said Ela got sick of it. You said that your kids got sick of it. So I don't know why he's now deflecting this point. What is happening here? What is this timeline?
Spends the majority of his video characterizing me like a raving lunatic who's lashing out at everyone around me with zero provocation.
Maybe if Ethan's able to get some help, maybe if he stops harassing other creators,
context,
maybe if he does these things, eventually he'll find peace and we can, like, rekindle our friendship. And I feel like I am speaking up for a lot of people who have problems with you. And a lot of people who have been on the...
Yeah, this was the exact point. Remember the last stream that I did? This was the exact point that I made. I'm not going to rehash my talking point again, but I'm just going to sum it up. I was literally saying, if you were to come back and apologize and be like, hey, maybe I've had a bad opinion on this Israel-Palestine conflict. I need to reassess how I've addressed it. And I was, maybe defending Israel way too hard and address this properly and not fucking go full Zionist, racist, misogynistic, hateful, just disgusting human being mode. It's weird, dude. It's really weird. He's literally giving you an out. Like, he starts this video by giving you an out. He's like, if you apologize, maybe we could, like, build some bridges again. He gives you an out, and it's blowing me that Ethan cannot be charitable to be like, okay, he's giving me an out. No, doesn't see it. I'm glad you watched a full video this time, though. Yeah, true. Not 3 hours and 17 minutes
the receiving end of your harassment.
What he doesn't say is the majority of these clips he's using are taken from this episode. Now, does he ever show the title of this episode?
No, he didn't show the title. No.
Snark called Child Protective Services on us. Not only does he not show the title, he doesn't explain why I'm upset, who I'm mad at, why I'm mad at them. Zero context. I am just an anonymous screaming lunatic.
Okay. He did give context, but even if he didn't give context, who does this sound like? Someone that doesn't give context. I I don't know. I don't know what that sounds like.
Pleasant hanging out with you. I've enjoyed your content over the years, and as of late, it's
me
gotten
easy and
really
plug my
fucking
channel.
shitty.
Yeah. So go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
I agree.
Who else? Who else do we want to burn today?
Who else?
Yeah, that was cooked. Who else do we want to burn today? Excuse me?
Do we want to burn today? You're making it.
Do you
so
guys
fucking
remember? Do you guys remember the funny Ela Klien, the one that was like, not very, let alone not even on many episodes, but when she was on them, she was like fairly quiet, and then would just have a funny comment.
This is your.
That's the Ela Klien that everybody misses. It was awesome. And do I wish for her to? Am I saying, oh, she should be quiet now? No, I actually, as a matter of fact, as a fan, would watch the podcast and be like, I wish she talked more because she was funny. I genuinely sat back and I was thinking about people I want to hear more of, and I was like, I would like to hear more of Ela because she's fucking funny. That was my attitude throughout watching H3. And now she's just like vocally just harassing people and saying gross things. It's also the way he does it. It's almost a mirror image to Netanyahu tactics. Blame anti-Semitism, make selfish arguments, self-right vengeance, and call for action from the manager when all else fails. Yeah, I'm glad she talks about it, but she's not being funny anymore. Just hateful. Yeah, exactly. And that's the other problem, too, is like, so Ethan he's weaponizing anti-Semitism so much that I imagine if you're a fan of H3 at this point still, you probably are getting close to having no idea what actual anti-Semitism looks like. It's probably like blurring the lines of what it is. So, for instance, like, you know, if someone says America should not be giving Israel as many weapons as they're giving them, you're probably going to go anti-Semitism. Or if you're like, you know, Ethan needs to calm down. He's, you know, he's being a piece of shit on the show. Anti-Semitism because you don't like Ethan Klein and, you know, he's Jewish, so that's automatic anti-Semitism. Where it's like, he's just looking for anything at this point to call anti-Semitism, where it's like, he doesn't actually give his audience like a clear indication of what anti-Semitism looks like. It is frightening. It's like, dare I say, it's like worse than like, I forget what my example was there, but I was gonna say like it's probably worse than, you know, whatever the fuck he's doing here.
Emotional dumping ground. It's horrible. This is not what podcasts are. There was a way to approach this to say like, yeah, we feel hurt by you guys not saying something. You've decided to do the extra thing and attack.
In this episode, the same day that CPS came to my home, I was understandably irate. This was a provocation that I had not experienced. It went into my real world, was affecting my children and my life.
God, I hate how I keep pausing. I'm going to try not to pause as often, but how is he like pushing his problems onto other people still? He's like, this is affecting my own crash out. It's affecting my own life. No, guys, do something about it. Please. Come on, do something about it.
In a way that I found extremely disturbing and an escalation that I found very unacceptable. Now, why am I mad at Ian for this? Well, let's start here. Denims is someone he's accusing me of in his video of harassing. Let's see what Denim said about
computer
my
background's
children
awesome.
3 days before CPS was called.
He lets his dogs shit all over his mansion, and he just leaves the shit on.
Oh, you say provocations? He doesn't know who calls it. Maybe it was Hamas. Yeah. That's it's Hamas who called. It's you know, bad empanada is Hamas, you know,
on the floor, something that is probably related to the fact that his former housekeeper is suing him for a number of different reasons. So I would assume he doesn't
He's
actually
copying
have
what
a
iDubbbz
housekeeper
did back in the
anymore,
day.
or perhaps he
Yeah,
lost
exactly.
his extra housekeeper. So now the house is just like covered in dog shit, and he has kids, and his kids like.
Oh, I think my attitude-wise and like the way he's being like misogynistic and all that. The way he uses bad pictures. Yeah. Okay, that's why he's doing that. What an own. What a fucking own then, Ethan. Wow. Ooh, got him. You doing the same thing he does. Ooh, you really got him, Ethan. That really hit a sweet spot. 100%. He eventually did the content court. Well, oh my God. Yeah.
Crawl into the dog shit, and God forbid, I don't know what they do with it. I don't know if they eat it or if it's just from like contact with it with their hands or something. But they contracted a parasite that I had previously never heard of in my life called Giardia from the dog shit that is all
Is
over
this
his
true?
house.
Dude, how is it that like maybe once a week I look into what Ethan Klein's been up to, and every time I manage to find more and more terrible shit. This is where Ethan tells a story about his family getting
We
Giardia.
already have mold Mondays. Now we have shit Saturdays.
Also, this is not a joking matter, by the way. It can be very severe and deadly to small children. I mean, much like many other illnesses, it's very, very, very dangerous when infants get the same sicknesses that adults get.
I don't know why he's using this. Ethan's using this clip of Denims as like a own. Gotcha, Denims. Gotcha. He's also. This is not the real chat. This is just a compilation of like moments that I think people said something with like CPS in it or something like that. Like, this is the real chat's up here for her. I was in this stream. I was watching this stream. I don't know what this chat is here. I really don't know.
There are lots of things that you can get as an adult. You're totally fine. You'll be A-okay.
This is like a normal
No
clip.
problem.
What is
a
this,
child,
Ethan?
a small infant that has no immune system shouldn't be catching anything.
No wonder his house is covered in dog shit, and his neglected children raised by nannies have contracted.
Yeah, he's like, no. This woman is worried about my kids. No, how dare her be worried? No, she's doing the right thing. No.
Parasites previously unknown to science from the feces. I wonder why he skipped over all of this, because everything that I said in this story, which by the way was apparently compiled by his crew, playing.
No wonder this motherfucker is always sick. Yeah. It all makes sense now. It makes sense why he doesn't care about Palestinian children when he is neglecting his own. How is this happening? How is this happening? How is this happening? Yeah, I mean, I don't even make fun of people's weight. I've never made fun of people's weight. I do make fun of people's posture. If you're making an active decision that like you don't give a fuck about your health or your posture or your dog shitting all over the house to the point where your kids are getting Giardia.
Chat, have you guys ever heard of Giardia? This Ethan Klein situation is the first time I ever heard of Giardia myself. I don't know if this is like common knowledge across the board. I feel like so when I first heard it, like not right now is not the first time I'm hearing it. At the time of this Giardia situation was when I heard about it. But I had, not gonna lie, I had to do some like Google searching myself when I heard that word. I was like, is this a normal parasite? Is this like is this like common knowledge? Is this like something they teach you at school, or like you grow up learning by proxy, or like I felt so out of the loop. This was the one area where I was like, God, am I on like a different page from everybody else? I've never heard of it. Okay. Whew. All right. As soon as you said parasite, I was like, God damn, you knew about it? Fuck.
That's the image of someone who is not well. Wait, what?
Oh, I did 3 years of medical college where parasites are rampant, and in the Philippines. Okay, so that checks out. Okay, that's fair. It seems like that's how you'd learn it.
Wait, what, Dams? Wait, what? You guys didn't know about this? Yeah.
What is this? What is this cut, Ethan?
Meth-Zempic diet. Oh,
That's
God.
funny.
Even after CPS was
What was that cut? I do not understand that. Like, that cut made Ethan look bad, if anything. He just made himself look bad. He's like, here, let me make myself look even worse.
called Denims attempted to justify it by claiming that it's okay because children can't be traumatized.
I don't want you to create any bad memory here for them. Like, they are 5 and 3. They don't understand
Oh
the
my
shit.
god. This is his own against Denims. In the one moment where Denims was actually kind of wrong, he's like, let me just use this to be like, this is what he's doing. This is not me to you. This is me telling you what's going through the mind of Ethan Klein. Ethan Klein is using this to be like, got her, dumb woman. Got her. In fact, I think he already called Denims dumb, as a matter of fact. Yes, he already did do that. And this is his moment to be like, see, look, I'm right. Dumb woman. Dumb. So he's using this as a moment to be like, got her. This is his got him moment. It's so fucking pathetic, dude. It's so sad. You literally let her own the shit out of you, and then you show this clip, and then you're like, look, woman dumb,
So,
IQ dropping. Watch. Watch this edit.
Bad
Watch.
memory for them. You're not forming memories at 3 years old.
Wait. My camera's hiding it. Let me move my camera. Hang on. Moving the camera. All right, look. See this in the corner?
And it's very rare that you're forming
Look.
memories at 5 years old. Now, yes,
I actually looked this up because people in her chat on this day were actually like snapping back at her for this, and I didn't know it, so I was Googling it when chat was yelling at her, and it turns out she is actually wrong on this. But it's like, dude, if you're on stream as much as she is, you're gonna get shit wrong. I'm gonna get shit wrong here and there. It's like, holy shit, man.
No, you're not. When we're talking about being able to remember, being able to recall memories, it's like 4 is the cutoff. But even if you are forming any memories at 4, you're not going to be able to remember them past like 15.
Wow. Got
You
her,
have
Ethan.
Maybe 1 or 2 memories.
If you're wondering who the guy is she's watching, his name is Bad Empanada. And as far as harassment campaigns go, you'd think that Ian, as someone who cares so deeply about it, would be talking about him and not me. Here's a small taste.
I'd like to pay tribute to
Oh my god, is this who Ethan thought the content cop would be about? He's like, oh, he's gonna content. I think the chat is talking about trauma, while Dem's talking about cognitive memories. Oh. Interesting. Interesting. So was she right then? Maybe I looked up the wrong. Was she exactly right on that? Maybe I looked up the wrong thing then. Oh. Because I remember here. How, what was it? What was like the whole context of it was like, how old are you when you first start remembering? Okay. 2 to 3. What is the source on this though? This is just AI. UConnKids.edu. Most people, before the earliest, these are usually memories of vital emotional events. We know memories people recall ages 2 or 3 are generally due to someone else recalling an event in this time. The fact that most of us aren't able to remember anything before the age of 2 or 3 is referred to as infantile amnesia. We don't know for sure why, but there are some theories. So it's all like, it's theory based. So I don't know if there is a right or wrong on that now that, attempt to study infants under 6 months. So for most adults have their first few age 3 or 4. I don't know. I don't fucking know. Again, this is one of those things, as I just said, I literally, that was literally a point that I made. I was like, I'm going to be wrong. And I could be wrong here. I could be wrong. But, I hit the wrong thing. But even in the event she is wrong or whatever, and he got her, and big own, whatever, it's like, whoa, you know? Or even if she's right, then also another bad moment for Ethan. Either way of that point, it still makes Ethan look bad, regardless.
Ethan Klein and the new Twitch TOS that declares Zionism. Zion is the slur. I'd like to pay tribute to him by playing the first NLX video game where you kill Zionist soldiers as a Palestinian resistance fighter. Anyways, are these Israelis? They're just standing there? I mean, is the Israeli army a bunch of Ethan Kleins? Like, they're all on a fucking Ozempic binge. They don't understand what's going on around them. They haven't noticed me. Where do they keep the secretaries? In here? I'm hunting for secretaries right now.
Oh, it's hiding. Bad Empanada's camera's hiding. Should I move my camera again?
Secretary got...
Here's Bad Empanada once again, who posted a story saying, I'm the...
Darn it. Ethan, stop making me move my camera. All right, we're back.
One who called CPS on Ethan Klein. I want CPS to take his kids away because they are seriously in danger.
Today was pretty bad, wasn't it? Really sucked for you. You were so disappointed. The betrayal of one of your closest long-term friends, huh? Tick-tock, though, Ethan. Tick-tock, because this was just a taste. This was just a small part of what we have organized for you. It's only gonna get worse. It's only gonna get worse, Mr. Klein. Every day.
This is awesome.
Every day. Sit there just waiting in misery, in fear of what we have in store for you. Tick-tock goes the clock.
Maybe if he stops harassing other creators.
He lets his dogs shit all over his mansion, and he just leaves the shit on the floor.
Maybe if he does these things, eventually he'll find peace.
The house is just like covered in dog shit. And he has kids, and his kids like crawl into the dog shit.
And I feel like I am speaking up for a lot of people who have problems with you.
I don't know what they do with it. I don't know if they eat it or if it's just from like contact with it with their hands or something.
I was particularly angry during this episode entitled Snark Called CPS on Us because I hold denims to be one of the primary reasons, in my opinion, why CPS was called. Another one of their friends,
oh, he's
Froggy
blaming
Tawny,
Denims for
had
CPS.
been spreading the same malicious rumor about me on Twitter.
So it's Bad Empanada. He went at it first, but now it's Denims. Okay.
For days before CPS was called as well.
I used to work with this video editor named Froggy Tawny.
Also, I don't know why he's mad about CPS being called. If anything, it was a good thing. CPS helped him out.
I discovered him because he was in the circles online that I was in. There would be an occasional Froggy tweet where I'd be like, I agree with that, you know? Like, I'm not going to endorse it. I'm not going to retweet it or like it, but fair enough. Now, my former editor of a year and a half ago did say some truly mean shit. He called Hila the C word. He said they're trying to kill their dog with cheddar cheese and a bunch of other shit, I'm sure.
Now let me show you the tweets that Ian conveniently omitted. Me when my 3 kids ask me why they haven't seen me in the past 4 months. I was in my basement. How can you shun a fallen fan when they worry about their 3 kids when they can't be bothered to protect their dogs? Ethan was neglectful with his dogs.
Didn't he just finish saying that this Froggy person said some mean things? Ethan's like, let me just show you. Let me just show you a little bit more of what he said. It's like, dude, he just admitted to this. He literally just said this. He admitted he did something you can't do, Ethan. Does that make you feel a little bit weak? He's doing the thing that you can't do. He's admitting. For what it's worth, Bad Empanada is a fearless warrior of radical leftism. For better or worse, he has one setting, and that's going on the offense. Yeah, that sums up how I feel about Bad Empanada. Some of my skate friends watch Bad Empanada. It's kind of funny. I was talking about this with some of my skate friends, and they're like, "Do you watch Bad Empanada?" And I was like, "What?" And that was how I found out about Bad Empanada at first.
He's already been neglectful with his kids, and he will continue to be. As a child of a neglectful, bipolar, narcissistic dad, that's precisely why I worry about Ethan's kids. I explained it on the podcast, but the truth of the matter is it's all a lie. It's all wrong. The man is talking about my children. He's painting me as a terrible parent, a neglectful
You
parent,
are.
and
You
saying
are.
that he's who's
You're
claimed to
spending
fame as
time
being
online
iDubbbz
crashing
friend
out.
and former editor is spreading malicious, damaging rumors
And
about
you're
me
letting your
that
kids eat
led
poop.
to the CPS being called. Which, by the way,
No, your kids eating poop,
does
dude.
not explain one time. Did not mention why I'm angry at Froggy Tonic. He did not mention why I'm angry at Denims. He did not mention the name of the episode.
Oh my god! This is the second time Ethan has edited like this. He shows the identical thing. He did this like right back here in the edit where he would just like re-show the same thing like he did right here. Now he's doing it again. This is like the second or third time he's shown this. Why does he keep rehashing this?
He did not mention what the episode was about. He actually has a perfect opportunity to explain the CPS call, but watch what he does here instead.
He's showing the best
Now,
part
my
of the
former
content
editor
cop
of a year and a
over
half
over
ago
again.
did say some truly mean shit. He called Hila the C word. He said they're trying to kill their dog with cheddar cheese and a bunch of other shit.
What other shit, Ian? Other shit is doing a lot of heavy lifting, man. Now, why does this matter?
Oh my
because
God.
Anissa was yucking it up with these guys during the period in which they were spreading this rumor and when the CPS call was made. The CPS call is central to understanding this story. You cannot tell this story without that context. And to try to tell this story without including that detail, it would be the most bad faith, cruel, gaslighting.
Bad faith? Who do we know that is acting in bad faith? It sounds familiar. I don't know. If you guys think of it, you can let me know in chat. I know someone's coming to mind. Someone's acting in bad faith that we're thinking of here.
Hit piece of all time.
Who is it?
Unfortunately, that's exactly what he did. He convinced his audience that the
It's Ethan. It's Ethan. That's what I'm thinking of.
reason
Okay.
that I'm mad, that I'm lashing out, simply because I'm a raving lunatic. I am crashing out. I'm just crazy and harassing his friends for no reason. And by the way, to my good friend Ian
So
of 8 years,
embarrassing.
I really appreciate you weaponizing my mental health against me.
To make Ethan crash out. He's having a parasocial weird crash out. People can have crash out moments. Maybe if Ethan's able to get some help.
Someone who I've confided in over the years with my struggles with it, who understands what I've been through, the lengths that I've gone to work on myself and improve my mental.
Oh my, the lengths that he's gone. Then Ethan, you would not be crashing out right now if that was the case. Sure, you might have done work in the past to get through it. There's clips of you talking about this, yes. But you would be doing this process again right now if you were being more self-aware. But you're not. Instead, you're just pissing people off.
Condition.
And losing
For him
fans.
to throw that in my face, to characterize anything I'm doing as crashing out, that I need help, that I need to get some kind of treatment.
I think we need to revisit a clip here. I think there's a clip that needs to be revisited for a quick moment. Shall we? Let's do some revisiting, chat. Let's watch a clip back just real quick. There's a really important clip we need to watch back. Okay? All right, let's watch it together.
Slipping into a very unhealthy place where it's gotten worse and worse, and I get criticized more and more, and I get more defensive and more pulled up, a feeling of almost infallibility, that I could take anything on. It led me to make a lot of mistakes, and then when I was criticized for those mistakes, then I would act extremely defensive and nasty and not really processing them in a healthy way.
It sounds weirdly familiar. Huh. Now let's go back to this. Shall we? Let's do it. What annoys me is more the Ethan's bad faith gaslighting rebels that he always makes demands of the people he hates to prove their point his way. Like, go to Gaza or interpret it this way. Yeah. Like, what did he tell Hassan recently? Didn't he, like, tell Hassan to go, like, go fucking, something with the Houthis. You remember that? He's like, oh, yeah, you should go join, like, the Houthis or some shit along those lines. And it was like, what?
Is cruel and pathetic on a level I didn't think he would ever be possible of doing. One ridiculous point he keeps hammering on is that I'm hating on him I'm harassing him simply because he's following people on Twitter.
We're not going to run to your defense when, I don't know, we follow people. We be following. That's one fucked up thing that you can say about Anissa and I is when we're on Twitter, we do be following.
I'm not upset, Ian, because you follow people. That is absurd. I'm mad because you are actively engaging with these people on social media, in DMs, while this harassment is happening, seemingly indifferent to it, silent on it. In a sense, I felt like you were more on their side.
This is like such a non-argument too, because if you flip this one around and you look at it and say, well, okay, let's just say that he didn't make this video and he decided to side with Ethan on this matter, right? So how should iDubbbz be acting? He's literally being like, here, iDubbbz, or here, Ian, this is how you should act. You should act just like me. You should also yell at your fans when they're telling you you're doing something wrong. Meanwhile, you should also defend Israel as hard as you can during a genocide. Like, what? Huh? This is this is not an argument.
Then my side.
Our silence means something. It means that we would like to pause this relationship until you figure your shit out.
Our silence means something. That's exactly what we felt. Wow, it's almost like we were right about you. There's something that I've never talked about publicly, but around the same time, we received 2 human skulls in the mail at our home, which led us to having a very pleasant interview with the FBI. Things have progressed well past the point.
Yeah, and you know the FBI probably... I saw a video earlier today of where these skulls come from. I think AB or someone brought up on their stream, or I saw it on Reddit. There's like a literal website you can go to order these, and they come with like a brand name on it, and they get... People fucking send them. What do you think the FBI said when it came to their house? Oh no, we're going to go chase down whoever sent this. Like, no. They probably were just like, Ethan, you can return this. Did you know that? And he's like, okay. And then probably left their house. Like, that was probably the extent of the conversation. They're like, Ethan, you can return this. And he's like, but the YouTuber.
Just what the internet does. Ian had a recent revelation. He's transcended into a new person. He's achieved nirvana.
Dude, the way that he acts about this skull being sent to his house is like someone sent an explosive device to his house. Like, if someone sent an explosive device, that's a different story. But they sent a skull, Ethan. No sending skulls. In fact, no skull emotes. Nothing with a skull on it. In fact, you're not allowed to wear skull t-shirts. No skulls, please.
And discovered empathy at age 32.
I think only in these past couple of years have I gained the ability empathy, and I'm very ashamed to admit that. It sounds really pathetic.
Yes, you know why this happened? Because he was making content, and he'd have the Sneeko effect. Do you guys remember that clip when Sneeko was making? Well, Sneeko still makes bad content, but when Sneeko had that moment of like his fans coming up to him and they were just like, fuck women. Yeah. Like, do you remember that shit? And there was all these little kids and they're like, women are stupid. And they're running up to him in public. That was damn near one and the same what happened to iDubbbz. His fans would come up to him like that and he'd be like, this is how my fans are? Like, this is what I've cultivated for myself? Like, ooh. And so, as a result of that, it allowed him to have a moment of introspection. Again, here's Ethan hating on a thing that he will never be able to do. I'm assuming this is a projection of Ethan, and he's jealous that iDubbbz was able to do this. He's like, oh, I can't do this thing. But I'm going to hate on this other person for it because he did the right thing, and he figured out how to be a normal human being. He's like, I can't do it, so I'm going to hate on it. Up in store-bought, and the reason why a skull be threatening is because it says, I killed someone, you're next. But that thread is mute when it's bought online. Yeah, no, exactly. And that's why I brought up, yeah, exactly. And that was why I said the brand and the package thing at first. Otherwise, yeah, if it wasn't then, it was just off rip, then I would have been like, obviously brought that up for sure. But god damn, dude.
To say at the age of 32, I've acquired empathy, but I have, and I've realized it because I just like...
Oh my god. Oh my god. Ethan's like, oh, this is a swastika. This is a swastika, guys.
Can't help myself but like feel for other people's
That's why
pain and
iDubbbz has
suffering.
so many friends. Ethan's like, I can't stand it. Look at all these people I could be friends with. But instead, iDubbbz is friends with other people that I can be friends with. No, anytime people do this, have this kind of behavior, they're just projecting on their own jealousy. And it's doubly funny. It's so fucking funny. I cannot express to you how funny this is. Like, Ethan, these can all be your friends too. Just fix yourself, please, please.
Now, I'm still not perfect. I think that is, my empathy meter's only maybe like a quarter of the way filled up, potentially, but it's at least there.
In the spirit of his newfound enlightenment, he had this to say.
I have made
Is he
some
reading a script
cruel,
off the
hurtful
screen?
content, and I need to...
That's the swastika. Such a reach. I thought it was some kind of keychain that was too small to see. No, it was that sword that Hassan bought for that show that he said he doesn't, that was like from an example from a show that Hassan doesn't even watch or is not even a fan of. Just thought the sword looked kind of cool. The katana, sorry. Took the katana off, the like protector thing off, and was like looking at it, put it back, and then he didn't like flip it over when he bought it. Hassan wasn't like, let's flip this over. Oh wait, this, you know what? This kind of resembles like a swastika kind of. Yeah, I think this is good. Yeah, like what? Huh? What the hell?
acknowledge that.
I actually, funny enough, well, fucked up, not funny, but I recently for a shoot, I didn't rent it out, but a friend of mine did, and I looked at it before this place was rented out. We rented out a location for a shoot, and we get there, and we see this really cool looking fireplace. We're like, let's do a shoot in front of this fireplace. And we, walk to the fireplace, and on the ground in front of the fireplace was, 2 swastikas. These were real swastikas. I'm not going to show you the design. You know what I'm talking about. But they were just printed on the ground. I have a photo of them on my phone. I don't know if you're allowed. Are you even allowed to show that on screen? Let's see. I think I have a video of me was I walking up to it, or is this it right here? But it was the first time in my life I'd walked onto something where I was like, what the? Here it is. Look. Wait. Look. See that? It was on the ground. That candle's covering the other part of it. I don't know if I have a better shot of it. Oh, I have the second one. There's the second one. I don't want to dox myself. I don't want to show the location. But yeah. You see that? I feel me in front of Kate near beaching it until we turned and saw swastikas graffiti on the wall. Yeah, it's fucked up. There's instances that people actually do this. This was in somebody's house. We were spooked the rest of the shoot. It was really weird. Oh, you said it was from Bleach. I don't know the handguard. Thought it was a swastika hanging out, but no. That's a crossguard design. Yeah, exactly. It's a crossguard design. And Ethan's pause, swastika. This is like what he does with like anti-Semitism, where he like that's not a swastika, but he's being like swastika. Whereas he'll find moments that are not anti-Semitic and be like anti-Semitism.
That, and I'm really sorry that it's taken me this long to acknowledge it.
This was
the content
a great
I'm
video.
talking about specifically are content cop videos and videos where I was just generally criticizing people for very lackluster reasons, and you know, obviously didn't have any accountability online whatsoever on my end. I was morally grandstanding and acting as if I am any better than any of these people that I was making content cop videos on, and I'm not. I'm a human. I'm a real human.
Yeah, and notice how he talked about empathy in this video. And what did iDubbbz have, aka Ian, have a lot? The content cop made you a fan of his? Yeah, it made a lot of people a fan of his. And what? It's like Ethan could not hear anything Ian was saying. He literally talked about how he has empathy through the content cop video. He offered Ethan a lot of ins. He offered Ian a lot of like empathy. Like there's like points throughout this video where he's offered Ethan moments to be like, Ethan, maybe you should take a break from the internet. Ethan, maybe you should get your mental health checked out. Ethan, this is what you could do in order to get your friends back and not piss everybody off. Like there were several moments in that where he offered you, Ethan Klien, specifically an out. And for some reason, Ethan's over here weaponizing that. And he's being like, look at what you said. Look, you did a content cop, but you once said you're never going to do them again. It's like, dude, he made this one charitable, brother. He showed you examples of what's pissing people off. He even showed you examples of what's pissing people off. To be like, here, these are things you can work on. Like, I'm starting to lose my fucking mind saying this stuff. It feels like I'm looking at the sky and being like, guys, did you know sky can be blue? Clouds are white. Did you know that? They can turn gray too. Like if it's about to rain. Like, did you know that? Did you know that rain can fall from the sky? Did you know that? Like that's how I feel right now. His empathy for innocent men, women, and children whose deaths are being whitewashed. Yeah, exactly.
Who makes mistakes, and you know, I make a different set of mistakes than the people I was making videos on, but it doesn't matter. I don't think anyone deserves that level of cruelty or hate. It's also indoctrinated a lot of people into thinking that this is an okay way to behave, and it's not.
What happened? Am I so uniquely evil that you're willing
Yes.
to
Yes.
abandon
Yes.
your newfound principles
Yes.
after
Yes.
what, less than
the
a year?
answer is yes. Ethan, the answer is yes. 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 Yes.
What is it that I've done, Ian, that makes me more detestable than any of the other people that
He's jealous because that intro goes hard. Yeah, and who's in his basement for this? Nobody. Maybe Ela Klein holding the camera. He has one of his kids holding the camera, imagine. He's like, here, hold the camera while I crash out.
What did you do this? To revitalize your dying career? This entire video reeks of desperation, of being thrown together.
And look at this. Look at this. Look. 911,000 views. Now, if I'm being charitable, this is after 5 days, 6.1 million views. I don't think Ethan's going to hit that kind of views on his video. I really don't think so. He's just jealous. It's copium.
Together and poorly researched. I don't really even understand why they did this, and I can't imagine that it's going to be worth it. Thanks for the 8 years of friendship, buddy.
He's shown this clip so many times. He's like, oh, I lost my friends, damn it. He's so mad about losing his friends.
Have fun with your new friends.
With your new friends. He's like, these are my friends. They could be mine, but they're not. Okay, let's just watch a little of this. I don't want to, the whole point of me going live was just to watch that, but I wanted to talk about a little bit of this just because I bookmarked some of it. Let's just see this real quick. Let's talk about this. I think this is important to talk about. And because Poopy Ethan Klein is in the bottom left, I will take the top left, okay? There we go.
You know what I mean?
Denims, who literally calls my wife a baby killer. This is the same one we saw. Amongst other insane, terrible things. Is that sick? I mean, that's just sick, dude. That's sick.
Denims did not do that. Okay.
This dude.
Wake up, Ethan.
It's a real sick fuck.
Wake up, Ethan.
Oh, this was rich, man. Again, the cowardice.
Action of Frogan.
Like, who are you? Okay, let me play it first.
By everyone, including XQC, is so fucking gross, dude. Straight up, you're fucking gross. That's all it is. Everybody everybody acts like Frogan is. Everybody acts like Frogan is the fucking Antichrist. Okay, and it's so transparent what these fucking losers are doing. Like, you can have disagreements with Frogan if you want, but god damn, everyone is immediately like, their reaction is so visceral. It's so goddamn visceral.
Watch,
like,
eyes on
give me
Ethan.
a
Eyes on
fucking
Ethan.
break, dude. This shit is
Eyes
so
on Ethan.
fucking normalized.
Watch.
What is? Go.
Well, he says, what is being Islamophobic, Ethan? Being Islamophobic. It's incredibly normalized online. We're in post 9/11 America, Ethan.
Go on.
Like, Asmongold, XQC, I saw some of them go fucking viral too. It's like, yeah, bro, she's hijabi. I know. And don't even fucking for a moment.
Oh my God, look at him. He's like, oh my God. He's like rolling his eyes. Yes, Ethan. She's a visibly Muslim woman. And she's a hijabi woman. She's also a woman online. She is also, you know, being scrutinized online as a result of being those said things. There are people that are shitting on her for even things like her weight. There's people that are shitting on her for being visibly Muslim. There's people that are shitting on her saying, oh, she's a terrorist because, again, post 9/11 America. So I don't, what is the confusion that Ethan has here? What is lost on him? What is happening here? What is going on? She also receives a ton of hate, misogyny, etc. Like, what's happening? What is happening in this timeline?
Act like that does not contribute to this. They will say, oh, it's because we hate her opinions. Like, no, you reacted that way specifically for a very specific purpose, bro. I hate this. I hate this shit so much.
If Ethan was really a victim of anti-Semitism, he would empathy see the problem of Islamophobia in America, but he doesn't because he's a fucking liar. Yeah, exactly.
Much. But
he's so great. How is this helping anyone by, like, running defense for her simply based on identity politics? Like,
huh? I almost can't believe the words coming out of his mouth. How is this helping anyone? There's literally hateful chatters in here that come into his chat, and even if it's not a hateful chatter, there's people that just tune in to listen, and they might walk in with Islamophobic beliefs because it's incredibly common. It is, even before 9/11, it was incredibly common, but 9/11 really boosted it, and so then everybody became extremely Islamophobic to the highest degree, where it was like, oh, scary brown person bad. I don't know, what does he mean? How is this helping anybody? It's helping people maybe overcome their Islamophobic opinions by Hassan discussing it. It's helping people become maybe more aware. Maybe someone watching this has their Islamophobic uncle that's watching. I don't fucking know. There's so many ways I can shuffle off here. For some reason, Ethan Klien, that just isn't, it's like foreign to him. Like, hello? He constantly asks, what is this for? As if anything he does helps anyone. Not even himself, yeah.
Let's be real, okay? How is she ever going to improve as a person when all of her friends are continually like, oh, they're only saying that because you're wearing a hijab? It's like, I've only ever responded to her, and she is saying heinous, indefensible things every fucking week, bro. Every week. Now, could people be coming down harder on her because she's wearing a hijabi? It's possible, but we wouldn't.
It's possible. It's possible. This kind of reminds me of when he goes, I'm one time might how did he phrase this? He goes, I might have called it a genocide one time. It's like, Ethan, what? He's like, it's possible. No, Ethan, it did happen. It does happen, Ethan.
Wouldn't fucking know because she's inciting it every fucking week. It's kind of hard to say.
I do want to say, unrelated to what you're saying, unrelated to what Hassan has said, I will say, though, on Twitter, and I haven't seen the XQC react.
A big thing I wanted to point out here. Huge talking point. Okay, I'm going to try to, like, condense it into one thing. But, H3 is not a podcast anymore. It's not. A podcast is, like, has, like, a very distinct theme. It has, like, different elements to it. There's, like, humor. There's maybe, like, some podcasts can be educational. Some podcasts can be, you know, talking about sports, whatever it is. No, H3 is not a podcast anymore. H3 is just this room for Ethan Klein to crash out while, you know, the people on the show kind of shut the fuck up and talk every once in a while. Like, you're kind of getting some AB commentary suddenly here. I'm surprised AB's even still on the show after he left in the last thing when, you know, they had that little fallout. The Klein Cry channel. Yeah, exactly. It's a place for Ethan to cry. It doesn't have any funny bits to it anymore. There's nothing funny. It's just like a sad place, a sad state of affairs. And this is another point I wanted to bring up. Can someone tell me how often they've heard from Olivia since this crash out? Like, how many times have you heard Olivia talking? Like, can you remember off rip moments where Olivia's talked? Not that you're watching H3, but like, it feels like Olivia's just gone. Like, I know she's there, but she's probably just getting paid to, like, sit in her chair, not do anything, which is probably the only reason why she's still there. She's, like, sick. I don't have to say anything. I could just sit here, my desk, chill out, do nothing. Maybe, like, read a book, maybe write some papers, write some scripts, you know. She has her own stream. As a matter of fact, I should just, for whoever watches this,
White
Olivia,
supremacy, anti-black racism specifically, is not baked into every one of our fucking
oh
institutions.
yeah, I saved this clip of Hassan right here. But look, here's Olivia's Twitch right here.
The best
like,
Wi-Fi from Frontier isn't just.
She's a streamer. Like, if anyone's watching, just go follow her, go support, go do your thing. Oh, my subscription ran out. Okay, I immediately subscribed at the top of the crash out. AB's a streamer. What is AB streaming?
Now with Frontier Fiber, the best.
Love is a streamer. Oh my god, they all have ads. We're not sitting through ads. Yeah, but Olivia's a streamer. Go support Olivia. It's fucking cool, I think, that she's streaming. But it's sad that she has to sit through this entire crash out. Like, she doesn't even get to enjoy her podcast
Or anything that Hassan's referring to. But on Twitter, the way this girl is treated is inhumane. Like, it is.
Yeah.
Like,
I would speak up about it too. Despite obviously she is an enemy of the show and everything.
She's an enemy of the show. Dan, come on. Ethan Klein's crash out is like making people like fake their opinions. Unless Dan really thinks this, I don't know why it feels like he's saying that just so he doesn't get fired. Like, it really kind of felt like that. Without Dan, I don't know that the H3 podcast would be able to run. It would be a technological failure. So maybe that's why he's like holding on for dear life. I don't know, dude. Like, why, Dan? Why?
Get uncomfortable how much
Dan's becoming
I see
complicit.
people just making fun of her physical appearance. Not saying I saw the XQC reaction. I don't know about. I haven't seen Asmongold. I don't know what he's referring to with that. But all of like the photoshops and stuff with her, like, you cannot like her, but you don't have to go there.
Yeah, I agree. That's not what Hassan said.
Yeah.
I agree, though. A lot of people make fun of her weight.
That's not what Hassan said. That is what Hassan said, huh?
They have this like whole like Jabba the Hutt meme, which is stupid. I don't know why anyone shows
so
that.
many. There's Shrek. Like,
But she's just
like Dan said, if you don't like her, if you want
Okay, so we got one good thing out of Ethan.
to disagree with her,
How's he
whatever.
gonna? What's he gonna end this
But,
with? I feel like he's gonna
like
ruin
honestly, like it's I've never seen.
Is he gonna ruin it?
And there has to be a level of.
You've never seen anything like it. You should try name searching me.
No, for sure. And I see people saying.
You should try name searching me. Everyone, feel bad for Ethan. Although Frogan is getting harassed into oblivion online, although she's getting every Islamophobia attack there is out there, although she's getting fucking harassed. Look at me, though. Look at me. Everyone, look at what has been done to me. My rich, billionaire self that's crying online. Look at me. Feel bad for me. Please. Come on. Someone feel bad for me.
The same thing does happen to you. The same thing does happen to you in that
It's,
thing.
it's everywhere. It's like,
Oh! Hey, yo! Hey, yo! We got Olivia. We got Olivia back. We got her back. Let's go. Let's see. Does she get shit on though for saying this opinion? Let's see.
there's crazy hate, and we talk about ours. If you weaponize someone's looks, or you go after that, you're immediately invalidating whatever argument you're trying.
You don't need to. She's so bad.
Yeah,
and
you don't
even need to talk about her looks or if you're fucking Islamophobic. You don't even need to. Well, it's kind of.
And yeah,
I'm
I see
trying to
people
give advice to the Islamophobes.
I see people in the chat even now just saying it's Twitter. That's the attitude we're trying to push back on. That's what, Ian was basically saying in the content cop or whatever is like.
Why does it feel like Dan is like reaching for his words when he talks now? I don't remember Dan being like this. Like it feels like Dan is tiptoeing when he talks. And I don't mean to like nitpick. I know I'm doing the Ethan Klein nitpicking here, but my God, like as someone that used to watch H3, Dan never like tiptoed on his words. Dan was always very like, no, Ethan, that actually means this, but nice try. And then he'd like laugh it off. Or he'd be like, hang on, Ethan, actually when we looked this up last week, remember, and then Ethan back then would be like, oh, okay, you're right. And then they would like button it while they would tell Ethan what said thing was and come back. Or it'd be like, Dan would be like, Ethan, hold on, like watch your mouth, hold on a second. He was very, like, confident, concise. He was never like, kind of this one thing where, we shouldn't kind of really be calling her that. But this one time, like, he didn't talk like that before. He never did. He's fucking tiptoeing.
Oh, this is just like how the internet is. You shouldn't accept that. Like, it doesn't matter if it's just Twitter. Twitter's horrible. Like, you should get off it. You should get off of it. You should not engage with it. You should not.
Dan was never a like incomplete sentence kind of guy before. So I think what I was trying to get at. Like, he was very like, this is what I'm saying. This is my sentence. That's it. And quick. That's what I remember him as, at least.
Reward the people engaging with that kind of behavior.
It's one of people are saying stop being friends with her. You guys don't know fucking shit. I have not talked to her in forever. And the last time we did talk, we had a disagreement. Like we where is this coming from? Like I don't understand. That is not what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I'm talking about a girl.
I think what you're saying is totally valid, and I've been feeling that too. I don't like when I see that kind of stuff. Again, it's just focus on the things that she said.
Personally, though, and I've seen Hassan do this before, is he's...
Now let's turn it to Hassan. So now that we've... now let's turn it to Hassan.
Accused me of it. He goes, oh, you just hate Muslims. It's like, bro, can you actually just... Can you actually please just respond to a real argument? Like, please, bro.
He is.
He just like you can't just sweep everything away by saying that. It's just not right. Are people very cruel to her? Yeah, for sure. It's just I don't know, man. I have never. They accuse me of doing it. They go, "Oh, Ethan's just targeting Arab and Muslim creators." It's like I have never one time mentioned her hijabi or brought anyone's fucking identity into my criticism of them. Well, maybe Anissa the 8% thing. But that's not a criticism. And she's half Lebanese. I corrected myself. Yeah.
What is happening here?
Maybe. Let's see.
Who fucking who?
Reddit post. What is this?
What is happening here?
Taylor Lorenz. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Glad Hassan is calling.
I'm gonna move my camera again for this. This was another thing.
This disgusting shit out. Frogan doesn't even cover politics. She's the kindest, most caring person I've ever.
It's already proven there's no point trying to make logical faith arguments to Ethan, so why would anyone try? Yeah, that's kind of where my mind is at right now too. I feel like the last 2 times I did these Ethan Klein streams, I was like, this is the last time I talk about him. Now I'm being the frickin' whatchamacallit, I'm eating my own words here, but I'm streaming once again. I'm afraid may or may not be my last Ethan Klein stream. It might be. I might do like other topics. It's just like, it's like starting to wear on me. It's like, I'm just sitting here being like, look at this dumbass. Look at dumbass say dumbass things. It's like.
We're met. Taylor Rowan says, Frogan is such a wonderful, kind, and generous person, even despite dealing with relentless abuse online. Like Brett said, it's really gross. Now, this can be true. But why are we treating her like she doesn't do the same thing? She does the same thing. She is a vile, disgusting, hateful person that's always going.
Why did they say that she doesn't cover politics?
She does. She literally does. I don't even know what that means. That's like what she does, isn't it?
She might bring it up here and there, but she doesn't exclusively cover politics. I've tuned into Frogan streams. Last Friday, what was the topic? Oh, yeah. The Nick is not green thing, right? And then my throat burned out. I should go back to that. I should do that in the next stream.
Well, maybe not entirely, but certainly she wades into it. I mean, right?
That's to a degree. I mean, the one time I streamed with her, we did a stream with Nina Turner.
Yeah, I'm sure she does all kinds of things, but
she definitely does politics.
I don't think it's really fair to say she doesn't talk about politics. Like, that's...
Okay, this totally changes the... What is this non-conversation? It's so stupid, dude. Yeah. Where was the... Oh, here.
Yeah, no?
No, absolutely. So this is what I mean. It's like, no, actually, Frogan's a perfect angel, and this is all just unfair. There's no valid criticism of her at all. It's like, who is this helping? How is she ever going to, like, come to terms with her behavior when she's surrounded by this type of just... whatever the fuck this is, you know what I mean? I get that you're trying to be nice and be her friend and stuff, but like, you're just lying, okay?
Well, and also, I mean, to be fair to Taylor here, what exactly what we were just talking about is true. She is subject to a lot of pretty disgusting stuff that's said about her and Photoshops and all that kind of stuff, so maybe she's mostly talking about that. And in which case, I agree. And it frustrates me when people do that because it does sort of invalidate the more valid criticism about, the things that she's actually said.
I don't think it's fair to characterize her as just a wonderful, kind, and generous person that's just...
You know what's crazy? Is when they talk about things she said, they're talking about one thing. They're talking about when she said what'd she say, the military or the soldiers who went to war deserve like PTSD or something to that effect, she said. That's what they're talking about. That's it. Simply put, that's it. That's all they're talking about when they say things. And they're just using that one moment to be like, get it, guys? Muslim woman? Get it?
Relentlessly abused for no reason, which it's like, right. That's not what's happening. Yeah. Okay. Are people unfair? Are people cruel to her? Yes. People make fun of her appearance and her hijabi and all that stuff. Yes, that's fucked up. But Like, you know, I was thinking something. This kind of might be true. Tell me what you think.
Oh, this is
whole arc,
awesome.
The falling out with Hassan.
This is awesome.
The
This is
breakup
what I wanted to show you guys.
Leftovers. The content
awesome.
cut. My response. Bad Empanada sent. I don't know if it was Bad Empanada. Someone sending us skulls in the mail. I think if it wasn't for Frogan complaining about me unfollowing her, none of this might have ever happened.
Huh? Yes, Ethan. Because of Frogan, all of this happened. Yep. He got. You know what? Good job, Ethan. Because of Frogan, all of this happened. It wasn't you. It wasn't anybody else. It was all. This is all Frogan's fault. The reason you're acting this way, the reason that all this stuff is happening, it has nothing to do with you. No. Good job, Ethan. Thank you, Ethan Klien.
It might be a completely total timeline.
Fucking Dearborn,
she
dude.
might be the
better.
She might be the catalyst for everything.
We have to go back.
There's one too many people I hear from Dearborn, and everything went to shit.
That's it. You can only have what?
Yeah,
only two.
Yeah, and it's crazy because this all sort of happened like right after she moved out here, and that's another reason I feel bad too, is because this is a girl who moved away from her family. Regardless of her putting herself in the middle of it, she's out here. She's without family, by herself, and nonstop on the internet. It's
this is kind of sad. This is like a little bit sad. Watch this.
Kill yourself. All this horrible shit. So yeah, there's a way to disagree and not be fucking vicious.
Oh wait, is he gonna say it? I watched this part earlier, and then AB goes, literally everything I've heard Ethan talk shit about is like how I describe exactly what I think about Ethan and Eli. Yeah, exactly. And okay, this is what I was trying to refer to. Ethan AB said something along the lines of, I don't know if he already said it or is about to say it, but he said something to Frogan when she first came out here. He was like, hey, me and whatever his girlfriend's name is, he's like, we're here for you, like if all else fails or whatever. And now he's playing it like he's not cool with Frogan anymore. I bet you if he weren't on the podcast, he'd still, or maybe he's pretending to not be cool with Frogan in front of Ethan. I don't fucking know. I don't, like, did they have a falling out? Like, does Frogan not like AB anymore because of this? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, no, to be fair, I'm totally, like, she's far from, like, she's very obnoxious and she says a lot of dumb things, but I think she's mostly just dumb. Like, I know that.
To be fair, I think she's dumb. Says the dumbest thing ever in the world. Holy shit, man. To be fair, Ethan, you're a misogynist. Oh my god.
That sounds insulting, but I'm kind of trying to, like, give her a pass a little bit. Like,
Her
she's
point's
mostly just
vindicated.
dumb.
Yep.
I don't think she even knows necessarily, like, sometimes what she's saying and doing. I know that sounds insulting, but trust me, the alternative is way worse.
She's Dearborn, baby. I'm Dearborn as fuck.
Dearborn born.
Yeah.
She's just trying to pay rent, Ethan. Come on.
That's fair. Before she moved out here, I remember us talking and
here
she
it
was
is,
nervous
here it
about
is.
it. And I said, at the end of the day, you'll have me and Lena. Like, worst comes to worst. And then shit just hit the fucking fan.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah, the shit that hit the fan. The shit is Ethan. Ethan hit the fan. That's what the shit is, bro.
It all sucks.
Anyone
It
who
all
tries,
sucks, yeah.
anyone who, yeah.
It all sucks. It sucks that my fucking good friend Ian of 8 years suddenly just whatever the hell that was.
It's you. Okay, I'm done. I'm fucking done with this, dude. It's killing me. Like I said, I'm not gonna go through the whole fucking thing. I feel like I'm just rehashing talking points now. I just wanted to show you that part because I watched it. I pre-watched it, saved that part for stream. Didn't want to go past it because if you notice, it's Ethan rehashing points. He's already talked about. Look, he's talking about the same Denims clip once again. He's like, wait, you forgot about this? Let's talk about it again. And then he goes over here, and then he goes, and then over here goes for some, Pokimane talk, which I'm sure that got misogynistic. And yeah, there's no more Zach. You have one Zach sighting throughout this whole thing. No more Olivia sightings. Yeah, Olivia had one sighting on this episode. It's so sad, man. It's a sad state of affairs. It's really sad. But I think I'm going to call it. I'm going to get off a stream here. What am I going to do? I'm going to edit a video for a client. I think I had to end that Nick is Not Green stream because my throat feels a little better. A chatter that was in here the last stream told me to drink salt water. Hot salt water, I think. And then I drank the salt water and it helped my throat. And I feel like I need salt water again and my glass is empty. So I need salt water again. I'm going to go do that and edit some videos and come back. Will I be back tomorrow night? No, I work tomorrow night, so I will not be back tomorrow night. But big maybe on Wednesday night. I don't know what my Wednesday looks like yet, depending on my throat situation. If not Wednesday, Thursday, you can also just gargle salt water. It's not too hot. Yeah, that's what I was doing. I was gargling it. And that was what the chatter recommended. So maybe Wednesday. If not Wednesday, definitely Thursday night I'll be back. Stream at night. I have like days off this week and next. I have like a bunch of days off. I don't know. It's a weird week. Tomorrow's only Tuesday. Yeah. So I think I might even get a good night's sleep right now. I might just call it, freaking wake up at like 4 a.m., 5 a.m., start editing videos. That sounds kind of chill to me. Yeah, I might do that. Gargle salt water, call it a night. What was I going to catch you guys up on? There was something I was going to catch. There was something going on. What was it? Oh. Here. I'll show a little bit of this. Maybe I'll show it more. But I've been kind of like previewing it on my Instagram lately. But I made a little vlog from a work trip I was on with a friend. I'll show a little part of this vlog.
Look at that. And not only that.
I'm going to try to vlog this, not recording any audio, just raw on the iPhone, my whole entire day, what I'm doing as far as my work and everything else going on. Today I'm headed off to a gig in Kentucky with one of my buddies with his I'll business. Just preview it real quickly. Maybe I'll show more of it the next stream. But I was heading off to Kentucky. I did a little podcast with a friend of mine. We filmed a little podcast together. Here should be getting going pretty soon. He has his own little studio set up here. You can look at that. He has like a little podcast. So I was on his podcast. We yapped our asses off. It's like a 3.5 hour podcast, probably coming out soon.
You're a video, aren't you?
Pretty sick. And then, anyway, we did that. We drove that night at like 1 a.m. We drove to Kentucky and got there for our shoot at like 4 a.m. or some shit. Went to sleep, woke up at like 10 the next day for a 10-hour shoot. This was our Airbnb. It was literally $60. We paid, I'm pretty sure he told me it was $60 for this Airbnb.
Wait, yo.
We had like a big ass room. Like, there's this room, and then there was another bedroom, obviously. But like a room, I meant like space. It was like a whole living room. It was like $60. There was a bomb-ass breakfast place we ate at. The water in Kentucky was like really brown.
Oh my god, that water is so brown.
Look at that. It was gross. Really brown. This was the spot where our shoot was at. I went up there. I got my camera all ready. And I filmed a bunch of people at a steel event, talking, smiling. And there was my boss with his camera. There's my buddy with his camera. And then they had a misogynistic comedian in the back. You guys actually know of this misogynistic Midwest Airbnb is so affordable. There's a culture of better than empty room go to waste. Yeah. So they had a misogynistic comedian at this thing. This is the misogynistic comedian that we actually got to meet face to face. Tony Hinchcliffe. Do you guys know of Tony Hinchcliffe? He's this guy. Tony Hinch. This fella put on notice before roast of WrestleMania. Kill Tony. He's like the guy from Kill Tony. Yeah, he went up there and told a bunch of like Islamophobic, racist. Yeah, it was messed up. He literally, I know that, don't get me wrong, I know people like him because they're like, oh, his dark humor and blah, blah, blah. And they're like, no, you don't get it. It's like a certain kind of dark humor, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I do get it. He's being very openly racist. He's being very openly Islamophobic. There's a reason why when, like, dude, he yelled at me. This dude yelled at me. My boss was like, okay, when Tony comes out, you have to get shots of Tony. So I was getting shots of him. And he literally yelled at me. One of my buddies has this on his camera of Tony yelling at me because I was filming. He's like, what are you doing here? Who are you filming? And I was like, I'm filming you for your boss who's sitting 10 feet behind me for this company. And he was like, blah, blah, blah. And like a bunch of their managers, like, I guess yelled at my buddy too, who was also on his camera. And like, I guess the line of communication wasn't there that we weren't supposed to film him. I'm like, I wonder why we weren't supposed to film him. But yet his media crew had like the worst camera ever, like a little thing like this big and a little like microphone they were filming on. I'm like, I wonder why. There was literally Indian women that were there walking out fucking crying. I literally watched them walk out with tears in their face. There was, mind you, a lot of black people that had walked out of this. And he, very weirdly enough, made the joke about how, like, whitewashed the company was immediately off rip, which he was right. The company, if there was 2,000 people there, I think there was no more than 10 black people in the entire audience, which those 10 black people immediately walked out upon the first chicken joke that he made. Rightfully so. They knew the road that he was going down and got the fuck out of there. I don't know. It was a very weird thing. I didn't talk about that in my vlog, but I'm talking about it here because it's an internet drama channel. Okay, so I'm bringing my own life drama into it. But yeah, we ended up after that happened. They actually, his set was supposed to last an hour and a half. He went 2 hours, and they were like, come on, dude. And they started flickering the lights on him. Right there and then, they were like, guys, there's a tornado warning. And there honestly was a tornado warning. And they were like, everybody get down in the basement. And, yeah, we went down the basement. And this is where they sent me and my filmer friend. That's why we're standing like this right here. I forgot to record earlier.
We got a tornado.
In the basement. That's why I was like, we're in the basement. My buddy shared a blunt with Tony Hinchcliffe. But I was just like, dude, I did not want to, like, I stayed in the hallway, dude. There were two dudes fighting right over here too. It was really fucking weird. I'm almost sure they were fighting over his comedy because it was like a guy that was definitely offended by it and another guy that was like, no, this shit's right. And they were like in a physical altercation right here. So I was like backing the fuck away. Like, I don't know if I put it in here. Did I put it in here? No, but I think we were laughing about it. Because we were like, holy shit. No, okay, I didn't put the clip of us in there. But, yeah. I never get high with people I hate. Too much self-respect. Yeah. Yeah. And I, no shame, I don't want to like, I don't want to like shame, my friend over it. It's like, he's not, he kind of has like it's one of those things like he has like the norm, I'm not trying to like defend it, but he has like one of those like normie attitudes towards it where it's like, he doesn't really watch like the online stuff as much as like we do, or he doesn't really like, he's not really like watching politics or into like anything like that. He just kind of has that like normie attitude where he's like, oh, it's just like a guy they have in that's like supposed to be funny and like people enjoy it, and like you know what I mean? He's not actually like thinking about things being like, crap, that's like Islamophobic, or like, oh, maybe that's like sexism, or maybe that's, like those things are not going through his mind like at all. He's just like, oh, this is like someone that's supposed to make the people here laugh. Like, he just has the like kind of normie attitude. I told him this too. I was like, you have the normie attitude towards this stuff. And so he doesn't really have like a hate towards him as a result of the normie attitude. It's something I see from, people who are not online in real life. I see this kind of thing very often, very frequently. Now, I don't know what to do about it. I don't. I can talk to them about it, but no matter how much I say, they don't change their attitude. They're just like, look at it. They have that like is what it is attitude. And it's like, well, fuck. I can't change you. You're just stuck on that. Like, and it's weird because like these very same people, like they know like basic things when it comes to like racism, but they're not like so in tune with like what else is racist, where they're the kind of people that are like, oh yeah, don't say the N-word, and they're like, because that's racist. But then when it comes to other attitudes around it of like making like chicken jokes and things like that, they're just like, they just kind of like brush it, and it's like, it's weird. And I no matter how much I explain it, they're just like, I'm like, come on. I was able to recently, one of my normie friends, I was able to explain misogyny to recently. That was cool. That was like the most I'd got through to a normie friend of mine recently. Yeah. It's weird. It's weird. I think it's because I know a part of me almost like gets when they don't get it, because like, I think I've said this before. Not that I'm saying it's okay. I'm not saying it's okay. But prior to lockdown, I was actually one of those people. This is going to sound fucked up, but I was one of those people prior to lockdown that was like, no, someone can't be called they. No, they can't. Like, I literally said that before lockdown. Like, I was not online, not watching anything. I had no, like, moral compass, no biases, no anything. And people were like, no. Like, they're like, you don't get it. Like, some people just, they don't want to identify as she or he. Like, they just want to not identify. So they would like to be called they, or they like them. And I was like, no, them is a group of people. You don't get it. Like, them. Like, when I say them, it's them. Like, those people. And that was my attitude pre-lockdown. I had the normie attitude. I didn't start caring until I hit 28. Yeah. And it's fucked up, dude. Like, it can get bad. And that I'm using this as an example to say that, like, that was very surface level for me. But for a lot of people, it starts at, like, not understanding, like, racism. And I'll say this, I'm a very white person. Am I going to have my blind spots when it comes to racism? Oh, of course I am. Can I actively work at it to do better and, make myself more aware? Can I look things up? Can I figure out? Sure. I can get better at it. Am I going to be perfect? No. Am I going to sit here and act racist at any point? No, of course not. I'm going to do what I can to avoid it. I'm going to, actively work against it and call people out when I think it's should be called out. And will that fix everybody's attitude towards it? No, it sucks. And it didn't, like I'm saying with this example, did people telling me that they, them was how people want to be referred fix my attitude? No. I was like, no, they don't get it. Dude, I fucking tweeted. I tweeted this. I was like, I don't get it. I had to delete the tweet. I was like, I don't get it. Why are all these people telling me they, them? Nobody ever said this before. That was literally my tweet. And I'm like, so going off of that, I for sure, pre-lockdown, you can bet your ass I would have been like transphobic for sure. I'd been like, nope, that's not a thing. That's fake. Like a hundo P. But, the way I learned some of this stuff, I should say, is watching content creators like Curtis Connor, watching Drew Gooden, Danny Gonzalez, things like that. I started watching their content. I became more aware of it. As a POC, that's more than enough we can ask. We're just happy that you care. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And that's, that's the attitude I hear from a lot of my other friends too. And, I do have a friend, luckily enough, who gets like attacked racially through work very often. And he'll literally call me and we'll have like 3 and 4 hour conversations about things that said person said. Like the last thing he called me about was, and I'm not going to get too into it, it's like personal business, but one of the last things he called me about, he was like, yeah, he's like, this company got rid of me because they said I was like a stinky guy. And they're like, and like, he kind of hit me with like a small little blind spot there for a second. And I was like, I didn't even like respond at first. I was like, wait, what do you mean? And like, it didn't really hit me. And this was like kind of recent too. And he had to kind of like walk me through that one a little bit. And I was like, oh, like I kind of learned that one like a little bit like kind of recent, where I wasn't like, I didn't immediately like racism wasn't the first thing that came to my mind. It was in my mind. It wasn't like, oh, that's racism. I didn't clock it as that. But I learned. It's again, I'm white. I don't hear these things at work because of white privilege. But you can learn these things by talking to people is my overall message there. So again, I'm not perfect. I make mistakes, but I learn. Talk to people. Now I learned. It's fucked up. It's fucked up the things you don't hear as a white person. It's fucked up. You talk to your friends and you're like, oh fuck. Yeah. But yeah. I don't know. I don't know that these people are ever gonna have a better comedian at this place. All that to say, I hope they do. I can only hope. But that's what's going on in my personal life. Busy with work. I have a shoot tomorrow. I'm filming a band, and then I'll come back and stream the next day. Maybe we'll continue the Nick is Not Green chat for a little bit. What else? What else will we do? What else is out there? What else is on the frickin' internet? What's on the interwebs? Nice. Hell yeah. I'm like on my Twitter feed. It's just defending one of the victims. All this stuff is about Ethan Klein. Maybe we should do some like fun streams. Maybe we should talk about some fun stuff sometimes. Is there any fun stuff on the TL anytime though? I feel like it's all. Maybe I should listen to my my chatters. Meredith, I think it was, mentioned to do this BuzzFeed quiz. I should still do that. I should do the Nick is Not Green thing. That'll be fun stuff. God, it's like such sad shit on my feed. Why is Sex Pestiny? I don't follow Sex Pestiny. Why is he on my feed? What is happening here? back for sale. Oh, look. See, this is what I said earlier. Look. I should just go to this site before these freaking... Oh, my God. This is what I'm saying. Look. SkullsUnlimited.com. Here, this was the website. Skulls Unlimited. SkullsUnlimited.com. Collections, humans. What was it under? Real humans. Yeah, see, look, here they are. Talk about Bill Burr takes. Oh, yeah. Hassan's been talking about that a lot. There's times... Okay, this is another thing that I, like, fight as a creator. So, I know this is a topic Hassan talked about. Sometimes, like, I'll watch enough of a creator talk about something that I'm like, do I need to talk about what they're talking about? But then I'm like, okay, yeah, I should, because it's my own opinion. It's not their opinion, you know? It might be a similar opinion. Talk about Bill Burr. The Pope died. Oh, it says J.D. Vance as well, but that's more politics than internet drama. Yeah. It's weird. While I'm a firm believer in the whole thing of, like, you know, politics is everywhere. Like, I used to be one of those people that's like, nope, politics is different than anything else. But then, like, I started thinking about it more, like, a couple of years ago, and I was like, you reading this, chat? Ko, who are you? What's up? Thanks for being here. Who are you? Are you a new chatter? Are you a subscriber? Let's see. Maybe a subscriber, maybe? Bill Burr's internet, more funny, casual. Yeah. I think maybe I will talk about Bill Burr. Maybe that'll be fun. I'll write that down. Okay, BuzzFeed quiz, and then I'll write down Bill Burr below that. Bill Burr. Okay, noted. Wrote her down. But yeah, as I got older, I was kind of like, I'm like, politics and life are like, you know, all one. They're not like, I used to like think they were just like separate things, like politics, ew. Like that was my attitude, you know, pre-COVID. What else? What else is on the internet lately? Oh, this is where I always go to find shit. This is where I used to always go, at least when I was cranking out videos. There was a time period there where I was cranking videos out. I need to, like, get back to that version of myself. I miss that. I miss those days. I made $140 off of YouTube this month doing nothing. I don't know what I did to make that money. I don't. I looked at my bank account today and it said YouTube paid me $140. I was like, okay, I don't know what I did, but thank you. Let's see. Poor Pokimane. She's always getting pooped on. Former uses position to manipulate. Maybe this is something worthy of talking about. Maybe I'll talk about that. Costing the company. So ChatGPT is costing what? OpenAI working on a platform. Yeah, there's like shit here that I used to talk about all the time. I used to get shit from what? Now I'm getting shit on here? What's happening? What? Look at this. Pokemon responds to backlash. Someone said, "Ho, you got an OF. No one cares about your opinion." So I said, "You sound mad you don't have an OF. Let her do it if that's the case. Who cares? Because who fucking cares? If a woman has OnlyFans, let her fucking do it. I do not care. I'm friends with people that have OnlyFans. They're fucking making money. They're living life. It's fun. Let them do it. And these dudes get so mad. They're like, oh no, woman with OnlyFans. I'm not pretty enough as a man to have OnlyFans. Oh no. Plus, OnlyFans, I learned through a friend, is not just nudes. It's like, and I have my own like misogynistic opinions towards it for a while too, where I was like, oh, it is only nudes. And one of my friends enlightened me and was like, look, man, it's not just nudes. She's like, you can just do normal things on this website and still make money. I was like, what? Yeah. Jay Schlatt's being talked about? What's Schlatt doing? Oh, they're talking about France. Pope Francis died. Sag. Oh, no. What? I still think Twitter's awful. LGBTQ was a nasty move knowing it. Huh? Dude, Twitter's cooked. Maybe that's why Hassan scrolls through Twitter for his commentary every day. Adam McNair's moving to Paris. All right, that's it. I'm going to call it. I'm going to get off the stream here. It's 11 o'clock my time. Thanks for hanging. Appreciate you, Chris. They cared about women. They would fight for better jobs and equal work. If they go after OF for dishonest reasons. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. They want to have an OnlyFans. Secretly, they do. I can almost promise. Oh, Ko's in here. I know Ko is just stopped by for the wisdom. Thanks, Ko. I appreciate you. That's really nice of you. Thank you. Hopefully I'll catch you next stream. Like I said, I will not be back tomorrow. I work tomorrow night. Wednesday is a big maybe for me, depending on, might be hanging out with a friend if I'm not sick. If my throat's not aching me, I might be hanging out with a friend. If it is, then I'll be on, my throat's still aching me, then I'll be on stream. If not, Thursday I'll be on. Thursday, 9 o'clock Central. Ko, I think you're new here. I think maybe you've hung out in other streams. 9 o'clock Central is my streaming time when I go on. I usually put up a community post chat when I go on. I talk about internet drama, news, and fun shit. We'll try to have some fun streams. We'll try to change it up a little bit. Do some fun streams, some shit like this. So, all right. That is it for me. Love you guys. Thanks for hanging. Means a lot. Have a good night. Go do something nice for somebody. Tell your friends you love them. Have a good night. Goodbye. Peace.